What's up, Sud Squad? Joanna here, the soap gal, and today we're going to talk about how you can make some profit and the different ways you can sell soap. When you sell soap, there's three different ways. You can white label, private label, you can wholesale, or you can retail. What does that mean? The Soap Gal is a co-packer. We are a private label manufacturer, and we make millions of bars of soap every year for other brands. When we make that bar of soap, it has to be profitable for the person to purchase it and to either be able to wholesale it and still make money, or be able to retail it and make more money. But what do you sell a private label bar for? Well, that really depends on the formula, the size, what the customer wants, and all the detail. But for this video, I'm going to explain how I personally do it. So what we do is we have the complexity rate plus the raw materials. And I look at the raw materials as a co-op of all the different brands that we make for. So they should be able to get the discount because we're able to co-op and buy truckloads of oil and additives. So they should be able to have that benefit. So we sell a bar with a complexity rate. And what does that mean? It means how detailed is that bar going to be? Is it a single color, a dual color, a slab pour? What type of soap that they want us to make? But for this video, I'm just going to keep it simple, and it's going to be a one color bar with a couple additives and the raw materials. So that, depending on the size of the bar, that ranges between $1.50 to $2 a bar. So we're gonna say $2. So you can private label a bar for $2. Now that consumer purchases that bar from you, but there's not much profit there for us. But the reason why there's not that much profit between the raw materials versus all the expense is because you're doing that in the thousands, hundred thousands, millions. You're repeating it over and over again, and because of volume is how you make your money. Your consumer or your customer that purchased that soap private label from you is now having to put the cost and the expense in of creating that brand, providing the boxes and the labels, and also the marketing and advertising. They are the ones that has the relationships with their customers and their stores. They take that product that they purchased from you at that lower price of $2, and now they have to figure out what is that retail price. So we're gonna say that that retail price is $8. So now they're retailing that bar for $8. But if they decide that they're going to wholesale that brand, that means they're gonna sell it to a store, or they're gonna sell it to someone else that's buying volume of that bar, they are going to keystone it, which that means that it's half the price. So if the bar is $8 that they're selling on their website or in their Etsy shop, that means they're going to wholesale that bar for $4, which means that they have their costs of their packaging and their advertising and that relationship with that consumer. So from the $2 that they purchased that bar, they now have to pay those expenses, and then they get the leftover profit that can vary between $1.50. And then they just repeat that process over and over again. And if they want to make more money, they can sell it directly to the consumer. But when you sell it directly to the consumer and you retail it, you also have to put in the costs of advertising, if they have a storefront, if they have employees, all those expenses that they have, or if they decide to run a sale, that means it's not as much. So once you retail that product, you're really not getting $6 profit. They'd be lucky if they get $2. So really the key of running a successful soap business is if you look at your profits as micro as possible. So if you run your soap business as if you were wholesaling all your soap, then you know that you have this much money for advertising, marketing, sales, employees being able to buy that piece of equipment from soapequipment.com, because you're not counting that as your profits. You're selling it as retail, but you're not living off of retail. I hope you understand that in private label, you're not making retail dollars. You're making private label dollars. My customers have to be able to either wholesale or retail those bars and still make a profit. I am bringing value to my customers by them knowing that they're getting a professional bar made with the responsibility of all that it takes to be able to manufacture an amazing bar of soap, and they're able to co-op the raw materials with other brands to get the raw materials as low as they possibly can. But they're not having to worry about the production and the manufacturing of their product. They're able to focus on sales, marketing, selling their product, and knowing that I am doing my job of putting the best soap out there possible, and they're doing their job of being able to give it to the end consumer. It is a partnership, and that's what business is about. It's about partnerships and relationships. And I hope that this taught you the difference between private label, wholesale, and retail, and that you can make money, profit on all those processes and all those different ways. You don't always have to be the retailer. You can also be the manufacturer. Remember to subscribe and lather, rinse, profit, repeat.